Want to call me a terrible driver? You won't believe what I did to him. One day last summer I was out and about running some errands when a small car randomly cut me off in a parking lot. The driver was on his cell phone and clearly not paying attention. Over the course of the next little distance he proceeded to cut me off several more times. Unsure if this guy was genuinely clueless because of the cell phone being held to his ear or if he had some random vendetta against me, I decided to put some distance between us. Unfortunately, at the next intersection we were both stopped at the red light. The second the red light turned green I heard a honk. Okay, I didn't leave the line as if it were a quarter-mile drag, but I wasn't taking any longer than the average driver. Then a second honk, and I looked in my rear view mirror and this guy is giving me the finger. Being a little pissed at this guy's not so stellar driving, I decided to throw my truck in park and go confront him. It was a stupid idea for so many reasons, but sometimes my lack of fear makes me do stupid things. I get back to his window and simply ask if there is a problem. He puts his phone on his lap and then goes on a rant about how shoddy of a driver I am and that I didn't move once the light turned green. I asked if he wanted to start over in a more polite way. He told me to F off, then picked his phone back up and I shot you not, he said. Sorry mom, some booty hole is blocking the road. I ripped the phone out of his hand and began walking back to my truck. He hopped out and began to charge at me but stopped the moment he realized I was not effing around and ready to fight back. He then asked for his phone back in a decently polite way. I told him sure, as long as you can catch. I launched his iPhone straight up into the air as high as I could. He managed to stumble and miss catching his phone by mere inches. It smashed into a million little pieces. I immediately felt bad, not for breaking his phone. That felt great. I felt bad that I was probably going to get in shot by the police and have to deal with that. I don't mind a minor thing like that going on my record. It is perfectly spotless otherwise. So I decided to go straight to the police in hopes that I could reduce problems by immediately turning myself in. At the station, the other driver arrived shortly after me. I assume it took him a little bit of time to pick up the pieces of his phone. The police spoke to us separately. He was first and it took about 15 minutes. Then the cop came in to speak to me. He said, I have issued him 2 tickets, one for distracted driving, cell phones are banned while driving, and one for reckless driving. He has had 3 complaints and written warnings for other similar situations where he was on his cell phone and nearly caused accidents, so I don't believe him when he tells me he wasn't on his cell phone. As for you, you shouldn't break people's cell phones or even confront them no matter how bad their driving is. Report them to us and we will deal with it. On a personal level, I bet that felt good. Have a good day and remember not to get into any of these altercations. I laughed at the outcome of that. I walked outside and seen the other driver pulling out of the lot. I gave him the most smug smile and wave I could muster up.